Hi, I am Austin. Welcome to a demonstration of the Break-Even Analysis Management System application. This software, 1, provides a dynamic view of the relationship between sales, costs, and profits. 2, accommodates what-if scenarios and directly displays the changes to the projections. 3, identifies items with the highest and the lowest contributions. 4, tracks performance against projections. 5, drills down to the micro level of report elements. 6, exports charts and reports as PDF files. However, reports can also be sent to Microsoft Excel. 7, forces managers in a competitive environment to be more cost conscious and innovative. 8, allows for multiple adjustments or revisions of the original or revised projections. For the purpose of this presentation, please note 1. Business profiled use is that of a restaurant. At the beginning of the fiscal year, the management has projected for each month its fixed cost and the selling price, sales quantity, and variable cost for each product. 2. While this application generates a total of 13 charts or graphs and 4 reports, this demonstration will focus on 9 of these. They are the projected break-even analysis graph, the projected 12-month data charts, the projected product contribution report, the actual performance versus projections graphs, and the variance report. 3. Sample data in 2 Microsoft Excel workbooks will be used. Let's now go to the projected break-even analysis graph. The legend depicts the blue line as sales value, pink line total cost, the yellow line fixed cost. Where the blue line and the pink lines intersect is the projected break-even point of the business. As shown at the top of the graph, the break-even sales of $371.84 million at 1.07 million sales units cover the business fixed cost of $180.51 million, and the break-even month is May. The projected annual amounts are sales value $977.89 million, sales units 2.81 million, total cost $683.68 million, net profit $294.21 million. What though if the management wanted to see the overall impact on the business if sales quantities went up by 10%, fixed cost 5%, variable cost 5%, and selling prices discounted by 5%? No problem. Simply click the button "Do you want to make some changes?" When the form appears, enter these amounts in the row labeled Global. Then hit the button Process the changes. Let's now look at the modified projected break-even analysis chart. The break-even sales has gone from $371.84 million to $439.46 million. The sales units from 1.07 million to 1.33 million to cover the business fixed cost of $189.53 million, up from $180.51 million. And the break-even month is now June instead of May. Annual sales is $1.02 billion, up from $977.89 million. Sales units 3.09 million, up from 2.81 million. Total cost $770.70 million, coming from $683.68 million. And the net profit $251.20 million, down from $294.21 million. Since the impact of the changes are in real terms negative, the system now allows you to make as many changes as you wish until you come up with the desired results. Where you prefer to make changes for individual months of the fiscal year, simply input the change for those months and ensure that each value in the global row is 0. Let us now progress to the projected 12-month data charts. This is a linear presentation of the projected 12-month data, the same data used to construct the break-even analysis graph. The legend, as well as the first column of the data table, describes what each colored line represents. The blue line, sales value. The pink line, total cost. The yellow line, fixed cost. And the green line, sales units. The data table, appearing at the bottom of the chart, details the performance for each month. Here is a columnar view of the same projected 12-month data. We will now move to the projected product contribution report. Under product description appear the varied offerings of the restaurant. The next column shows the weighted average selling prices, then the weighted average variable cost, the contribution per meal, next the total sales units, then the total contribution per meal, the break-even quantity, and the break-even contribution. By clicking on each product description, the system drills down to the details of the elements of that specific product. For example, for this 21-piece chicken meal, the details of the weighted average selling price of $1,596.32 is shown here. The same holds true for the weighted average variable cost, the unit contribution, the sales quantity, and the total contribution. Below the report on the products is an analysis of the fixed cost, showing how the contribution from each product covers the total fixed cost. We will now look at the actual performance versus projections graphs. There are 4 of these. The assumption is that we are 9 months into the financial year. The data table under each chart shows the projected and actual performances for each month. The legend and the first column of the data table indicate what each colored line signifies. On this chart, the sales dollar value graph, the pink line shows the 9-month actual performance, and the blue line, the 12-month projection. The year-to-date projection is $752.80 million. The actual is $952.30 million, giving a positive variance of $199.49 million. This total cost chart shows the year-to-date projection $524.56 million, the actual $618.86 million, resulting in a negative difference of $94.29 million. The fixed cost graph has year-to-date projection of $135.38 million, the actual $148.92 million, producing a negative change of $13.54 million. Finally, the sales units chart displays year-to-date projection of 2.18 million units. The actual units are 2.51 million, giving a positive variance of 0.33 million. Let us now proceed to the year-to-date variance report. In line with each product description is the year-to-date projections. Below, the year-to-date actual, then the year-to-date variances. By clicking on each product ID, for the 21-piece meal, shows the details for sales quantity, weighted average selling price, and the weighted average variable cost. The year-to-date projected sales of $24,911, as shown here, is made up of these amounts from January to September, as noted here. The related year-to-date actual of $28,648 is comprised of these amounts, and the variance of $3,737 totals these monthly differences. The same applies to the weighted average selling price and the weighted average variable cost. Clicking on the product description reveals the components of the sales value, variable cost, and contribution. The year-to-date projected sales of $39,359,516 seen here is made up of these amounts from January to September. The related year-to-date actual of $49,789,784 sums up these values. The matching variance of $10,430,268 totals these monthly differences. The same holds true for the variable cost, shown here, and contribution. At the end of the report on all the products are the year-to-date grand totals, projected, actual, and variances for sales quantity, sales value, variable cost, and contribution. Below is the breakdown of the fixed costs, showing projected, actual, and variances. By clicking on each fixed cost description, the system details its components. For example, cleaning and sanitation. The year-to-date projection is $11,910,393, as detailed here, from January to September. The year-to-date actual is $13,101,434, as detailed here, giving a negative variance of $1,191,041, as shown here. At the end of the report are the overall year-to-date total costs for projections, actuals, and variances. This brings us to the end of the video presentation, Break-Even Analysis Management System software. To view other accounting softwares, please visit YouTube, then type Super Accounting Apps in the search box. Thanks for watching.